Hello and welcome back to Fleetwood Area High School's election coverage for the 2016 presidential election. My name is Tristan Spana. This period, our panel discussion will focus on job creation. There are 42 electoral college votes up for grabs as Tennessee, West Virginia, and the ever-important Ohio and Kentucky will be voting, but more on that later. The polls will officially close in Georgia, Alabama, the key battleground state of Florida, South Carolina, and Washington, D.C. And we have the results for some of those polls now. Georgia, represented by Mr. Carr's third period, has been awarded to Trump, with a final vote of 10-8. Alabama and its 9 electoral votes go to Trump. Ms. Nogle's third period class voted 8-6. Moving on, we have Mrs. Hefner's third period voting for the battleground state of Florida. Tiger TV is confident in reporting its 29 electoral votes will go to Clinton with a margin of 10-12. Mr. Weiss's third period represented South Carolina and went for Trump in a wide victory. Finally, we have the faculty during third period voting in place of Washington, D.C. These third period votes have been awarded to Clinton. As the rest of the polls close in these states, we'll have the rest for you live as they are made available. Job creation has been a hot button issue in this campaign on both sides, especially in the battleground state of Ohio, which has seen many manufacturing jobs move overseas. For more on that, our Election Day correspondent, Bianca Chavaria, is with Ohio Voter Now. Bianca?
Thanks, Tristan. I'm here with Max Rumler. I wanted to tell you that 66% of those polled in Florida think Clinton is best for our economy. And I had a question to ask you about Trump's not releasing his taxes and him being a businessman. What do you think about this?
Well, I think as a presidential candidate, the responsible thing to do is release your tax returns. Frankly, it's really not the business of anybody in America, but since you're running for the highest office in the country, a little bit more is expected of you. So the fact that he expects us to he asks us to trust him with the country as if it were a business, I think it's important that we see the taxes on his businesses and how he tries to deal with his business and paying things for that business.
All right. Thanks, Max. You can head back to Tristan.
Thanks, Bianca. Moving on to this period's panel discussion. Just to review, each period will be welcoming 2 student experts who've done extensive research on the topic of the period. They are here for a conversation on real issues, and the points that they argue are not necessarily aligned with their own political views. This period, our panelists are Audrey Agnew, representing the Clinton campaign, and Jonathan Sanchez, representing the Trump campaign. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you. Thank you.
So this period, we are addressing the issue of job creation. We're diving right in this period. We've pulled a few quotes from the presidential debates last month. Hillary says that the economy will create at least 10.4 million jobs within her first term alone, while Trump says he will create a new booming economy that will create 25 million jobs over the next decade. How exactly does your candidate plan on generating these jobs, and what might some repercussions for each job plan? Audrey?
Hillary plans to expand jobs for all people, mostly, but among each demographic, millennials have a striking amount of unemployment. Ages 16 to 24, 1 in 10 people are unemployed, and those unemployment rates only increase when it comes to African American millennials and Latino millennials. Her plan is to support millennials that have been scarred by a low employment rate for decades now, and tax credit for employers who create apprenticeships and create incentives for youth hiring, free tuition at community college, and free tuition for working families at a public 4-year college, and support for technical training, because Hillary believes that education is the key for ambitious career paths. And then she would look into clean energy to base economy on clean energy. Along with that, support more scientific research and technical innovation, and to create new industries and good-paying jobs. She would cut taxes, reduce excessive bureaucracy and formalities for entrepreneurs to level the playing field for innovators trying to launch their own startups, and encourage small business growth. She would then invest in infrastructure to expand public transit and access to jobs, enhance seaports and airports to connect Americans, and increase broadband and build better schools.
John?
Well, okay. Trump has a slightly different plan for creating jobs. Trump, over the past 30, 40 years, in all of his businesses, has created 34,000 jobs across the entire world. Most of them are based in this country. He has created jobs overseas as well, but just the fact that he's created all these jobs shows that he does know what he's doing. He does know how to create jobs. Now, Hillary, when she was running for Senate, she promised an increase in jobs by 200,000. Instead, during her first year, under her plan, they lost 26,000 jobs. Trump knows how to create jobs. And as the plan's already said, he wants to create 25 million jobs in the next decade. Well, to start with this, he wants to focus on reforms in tax, trade, energy, and regulatory policies. Those four things, if we can focus on changing those things, then we can create booming businesses and increase jobs. First off, he proposes an income tax for all income groups, which would mean that low-income Americans would actually pay no income tax at all. So this is very, very good for people that are living in poverty. They won't have to pay income taxes. Also, the greatest tax reductions will go to the working and the middle class, providing for more job opportunities and better businesses. Second, he wants to close special interest loopholes and tax breaks, which will eliminate all cause for loopholes. Third, he wants to simplify tax returns and make it easier to file taxes so the process goes along a lot smoothly, which will also help in creating more jobs. He wants to eliminate the carried interest loophole and the death tax, which is killing Wall Street, is killing businesses. So by eliminating those things, businesses will have more chance to thrive. 5, over-regulation every year for energy costs the United States $2 trillion and reduce household wealth by $15,000. He wants to eliminate needless job-killing regulations. And best of all, money to rebuild infrastructure rather than going to other countries. He wants to rebuild our city's infrastructure.
All right. According to CNN, the U.S. has lost 5 million manufacturing jobs since the year 2000. Does your candidate have any plans to bring back these manufacturing jobs through incentives or other means? Audrey?
Well, Hillary plans to make America the first choice for production by revitalizing manufacturing communities and investing in the manufacturing workforce. She would make companies pay an exit tax for moving overseas and make companies pay back from all the tax breaks they took abroad. Enforce laws to protect American business and workers and reject the Trans-Pacific Partnership, which doesn't put U.S. job creation first. So she would really put an emphasis on bringing back those manufacturing jobs by making those people feel like that they are necessary to her and make them feel like that they mean something to America, which definitely in the past few years there hasn't been so much of an emphasis on making those manufacturing people heard.
All right, John, we're short on time, so keep this one
Now,
quick.
to combat that, Hillary has openly stated that she considers TPP the gold standard of trade, and she has since gone back on that, but in WikiLeaks it's shown that she actually still does support WikiLeaks, and that's her private position. Anyway, Trump, to bring back jobs, wants to renegotiate NAFTA. It's killing our jobs, and if we renegotiate it, get a better deal for American workers, we can bring back more jobs. He wants to label China as a currency manipulator because they're really, really not giving us really good deals. So if we label China as a currency manipulator, then it'll help bring back jobs. He wants to lower business tax from 35% to 15%. This makes domestic investment much more attractive, which would in turn allow U.S. businesses to move back into the United States. He wants to allow U.S.-based manufacturers to elect full expensing of plant and equipment, which is a big incentive and big invitation to massive investment in our own country, in businesses in our own country. He wants to withdraw the U.S. from TPP. We're losing work to foreign countries with the TPP. We don't want the TPP. Hillary doesn't want the TPP. The TPP must go. And lastly, he wants to appoint the smartest and the toughest trade negotiators that will help bring jobs back to America.
Alrighty, John. Thank you both for your time. I look forward from hearing the two of you throughout the rest of the day.
Thank you.
That brings our discussion to a close. Let's head back on scene where Mina Isaac has an eye on the polling place. Mina?
Thanks, Tristan. I'm here with Rihanna Selmer from Miss Mekin's class. Ray, 55% of the people polled in South Carolina believe that Hillary will be better for the economy. Now, do you think that Trump owning a lot of businesses will help him get the economy going, a lot of jobs, create a lot of jobs and stuff like that?
Yes, I do, Mina. Thank you for asking the question. I think that he's going to do very well as president because he's owned a lot of jobs, come from a long line of businesses, and has raised a lot of money, and then he will be able to enforce many jobs on many people.
Thanks, Rihanna. We're going to kick it back to Tristan in the studio now. Tristan?
Thanks, Mina. Taking a look at the national map, Trump currently holds a 124 to 79 point lead in the Electoral College. Coming up next period, we'll have results from all 4 states voting this period. We'll have voting in 4 more states. Wisconsin, Indiana, Illinois, Michigan takes place. We'll also welcome some familiar faces back to the studio to debate the topics of economy and taxes. That wraps up our coverage for period 4. I'm Tristan Spaneth. We'll see you in 20.